Are you a filmmaker, producer, director?
My vision, my ideology into motion picture.
Actor? Screenplay writer? Are you an aspiring filmmaker looking to start a career in the movie industry? Do you want to see what happens behind the scenes when you're looking at those movies in your local cinema? Take 101 will take you on a journey of the filmmaking process from concept to reality, from idea to motion picture. Take 101 will bring you, the industry professionals, and take you through the A to Z of the filmmaking process.
Lucille Morgan on Take 101.
Hi, my name is Anthony Monjaro and I'm an actor and a filmmaker based in Nigeria. Very importantly, I think experience really matters, because with experience you don't, because a lot of people tend to look at, okay, who's in vogue, rather than who's got the experience and who's got the goods or the look you're looking for that character. I will go experience any day over more famous. Yes, to sell the film you need a face that actually will sell, but then again, to make a film stand the test of time, good performance is got to be there. So if you get somebody who actually has got the skills and has got the face, then it's a good combination. But I will always go for experience and talented and skilled actors over people who rather are more famous. Well, you've got to sell the project. You've got to sell the project. It's either the project or the money, and most of the time I don't have the money, so I tend to sell the project and try to make the experience on my project a seamless one, and one that they benefit from. In the sense that as actors, we want to do great projects. We want to be a part of creation of art. And if you make it inclusive and you actually work with people, them knowing that they're making a great project, I think it's much more, for an actor, it's more rewarding for him than anything else. Yes, the money is important. You gotta come to the table with at least a decent amount of money to grease his palms, but then again, I think you gotta sell him the whole art itself. As an actor, I would rather an agent negotiate for me, because they'll do a better job. But as a filmmaker, you see, it's got its pros and its cons. The pros being that if you have a problem, then you go to the agency and they'll get the actor right. But then again, most of the actors they come correct. You do get the few ones that actually will give you stress on set, and you got but yourself to deal with them. You got to manage them. But then again, most actors don't come and then just give you stress without having a reason. So I would say, probably for me, I like the idea of dealing with a producer and building a relationship with them, and them knowing that, okay, this is how much we'll go with, and if it works for them and it works for me, then we'll do it. I haven't had an agent. The only agent I've actually had represent me has been in the UK, where I just go for the job, do the job, and I get paid via him, and they pay him, and then he pays me, takes his cut, and then pays me. I think I like the idea of actually dealing with producers and forming a bond and a relationship with them, and then what I can do to help them I do, and what I can't, I can't. Well, I'm an actor myself, and I understand you can't teach an actor how to act. You can tell him what emotion you want, because the way I as an actor would play an emotional scene, or play a scene that actually requires certain depth of acting.
Babe. Baby. Baby, please hear me out. know I lied to you. I know. But remember all those times that I tried to tell you about my past and you kept asking me not to let the past ruin our present.
So you want to blame me now, right?
No, not at all. But I know that sometimes we hurt due to things loved ones do to us, but Nathan, I really love you. I swear. I don't want to lose you. Please listen to me. Leave me.
I love you too. You see, my facial structure is different from another person's own. So how they can bring it to the table might be different from how I can bring it to the table might be different from how they can bring it to the table. So it's about telling them what emotion you need.
I haven't had one of this in a long time. As you can see, I have more sticks. I'm right over there. So if you need another one, okay. Thank you.
Are you a filmmaker, producer, director?
My vision, my ideology into motion picture.
Actor? Screenplay writer? Are you an aspiring filmmaker looking to start a career in the movie industry? Do you want to see what happens behind the scenes when you're looking at those movies in your local cinema? Take 101 will take you on a journey of the filmmaking process from concept to reality, from idea to motion picture. Take 101 will bring you, the industry professionals, and take you through the A to Z of the filmmaking process.
Lucille Morgan on Take 101.
Well, that's another very strong thing, because you see, you can never really plan with one person in mind. You have factors of everybody, except you have that person is pretty big. Then you can work around their own schedule, their own time. So if they say they've got from now till so time, you've got to plan your schedule around that and make sure everybody fits in. You might lose one or two people because they might not fit into that schedule, but that's the price you've got to pay as a producer, if that's what you want. If not, you set a date and then you go with that date. And if you find out who's available, there's no one actor that is I think is so big that you can't find somebody else to fit that criteria. But if you want to choose a certain kind of person, then yes, go for it. But every actor actually has somebody else who can pretty much give the goods as that the other person can. Crewing, I would say your budget will determine how many people you can afford, because there's certain crew that you can't do that. You can't. I don't think you can do without any crew member. But then again, because of your shoelace or tight budget you have to pick your. You got to pick your lieutenants properly. Some of the key people like your DOP, your sound person, those ones you cannot compromise. Makeup, you can almost compromise because you can hopefully get your artists to actually do themselves up. But then again, be sure that you might not get consistency because they are not professionals. Wardrobe as well, same thing, continuity issues. So 5 to 7 personnel is absolutely what I need. Having the camera person, the DOP doubling as the gaffer and everything else, trying to fix that area. The sound person, I like the set designer because that tells your picture itself. It's important to have a set designer, but if you can't have that, you have to double up, or the director has to double up for that position as well. But keep it down to the key five people or key 7 people that you need. Everybody's key 7 people is not the same. What you feel you can do, you can actually substitute that for. What you feel you can't do, you get somebody to actually feel that. But the key people, I would say, if you're not directing and producing, then is a DOP and the sound person. Those are the key things. It's camera, light, and action. How you determine the right size of your crew is your budget. If you have a budget to have a full crew, you will have certain things that you will need, and for each thing you need, you have to provide a personnel. So if you're going to do a lot of lights, you need a lot of people who will carry that around. You need a lot of PAs that will carry that around. You need a lot of you need 1 or 2 gaffers who will actually rig them up. You need things according to what your budget, what you have to shoot with. If you're doing an action film, there's a lot of things involved. If you're doing a drama piece, there's still a lot of things involved. Even doing a simple scene as working on a couch, you need, if you want to make it a big thing, you can. For me, as an actor, what motivates me is a story. If you've got a great story, I am too eager to run along with it.
That girl will ruin you. Dump her like a bad habit.
And then what? Chasing shadows again? Everybody has flaws. Laura has flaws. I have flaws. She understands me. She makes me... She chose me. You know, somehow I wish this was you.
I have been in the business for quite a while. Yes, there is a motivation, but yes, I've got to get paid as well. So if we agree on a price, my excitement really starts after we've negotiated and I've been paid. And I want to create layers for the character. I want to be able to spend at least 2 weeks if I can. Normally in Nollywood, we tend to get scripts probably a week, maybe if we're lucky 2 weeks. And if we're extremely lucky, about a month before shoots. And I think we need more time. People tend to get the money first. They think getting the money first is the most important thing. I think getting out the material to what you're going to be working with the artist is more important. Them getting their teeth into it, it's very, very important. I would like to get a script at least a month before so I can actually do my character breakdown, work with what I want to work with my lines, work with the character, work with the backstory I create, and be able to almost live with the character every day. I could wake up and then think, okay, what will this person do today? What if he's a doctor? What does a doctor do in the morning? What is his background? How does he comport himself? From school days, how has he transitioned from then to where he is now? How is he thinking? You can watch a lot of doctors from ER to House to Casualty to different kinds of films. You can actually see doctors in action. You can actually watch documentaries on doctors as well to get a feel of how they carry themselves, how your lines in the script, how you can structure them to actually suit a character. For me, I tend to find a voice in every script I play. So I read it, and then when I say voice, I don't have to talk in a certain way. No, it's about, like for instance now, twins. They're identical in every way, both in DNA, in their fingerprints. You could crucify one for the sin of the other. That's how identical they are. But they speak differently. They speak differently in the sense that if I'm talking to Peter, if I'm a good friend, or I'm the father to Peter and Paul, if I'm blindfolded, if I'm talking to Peter, I know it's Peter without seeing him. If I'm talking to Paul, I know it's Paul without seeing him, because I know how he talks, how he thinks, where he's going. That's the kind of voice you find as an actor. You try to find that voice, and when you find that voice, then you begin to create layers. I do all that, and after I have a grounding, after I've mastered the character itself, all that information gets put aside. And when I go on set with the person I am working with, as working with an actor, I don't take and impose that on the actor. I now go there and see what she has. We now have that thing together where we have chemistry. So what I have learned, or what I've actually put in my head, becomes my subconscious. It kicks in every now and again because it becomes a part of me, because I've mastered it. But then I'm working with the actor. And then you work with the director with his own, because the director is the gatekeeper of the story. So he knows exactly where his story wants to be. So you're working, this is all in synergy. You're working all as one, just to create a piece.
Are you a filmmaker, producer, director?
My vision, my ideology into motion picture.
Actor? Screenplay writer? Are you an aspiring filmmaker looking to start a career in the movie industry? Do you want to see what happens behind the scenes when you're looking at those movies in your local cinema? Take 101 will take you on a journey of the filmmaking process, from concept to reality, from idea to motion picture. Take 101 will bring you, the industry professionals, and take you through the A to Z of the filmmaking process.
Lucille Morgan on Take 101.
If an actor decides he wants to tell a different story, that's not the story. The director says, you know what, no, we're not going down that part. This is what it is. I want you, and you see some actors tend to be, you see, you have actors who are feeders and actors who are the ones actually carrying it. So feeders, the main person and the supporter. So in a scene, I could be the person feeding the story. I could be in a scene where my father has lost money. He's the main person. I am the one consoling him. He's telling me the story, so he's the main focus. And I am the person who just is there to listen to him. So I'm not the person who is trying to steal the moment. I'm not the one that's trying to say, yes, you lost money, but I lost money too. I am feeling, no, that's not the story. The story is he is grieving, he's in mourning, or he's feeling, is in pain. You have to comfort him. Now, if the actor comes and says he wants to be funnier than another actor, that's not the story. The story is that this is the main character. He's funny. You are meant to feed him, or build up his joke to make him give the last one. It's not for you to do that. So if you tend, like I was on a set with another actor who said we were supposed to be robbing a house. My character, I was a thief, and this guy comes and says he said for every thief there's a comedian. I said, you're going to rob. You're not here to play. It's not about comedy. It's not about you standing out from everybody. We're there for a purpose. Let's achieve that purpose. And it almost took a bit of convincing him to know that it's not that. That's not the goal of the scene or goal of the story. His scene was just him coming to rob. So all he had was that scene, and he felt that he wanted to shine with that scene. He wanted to stand out. Having certain people stand out when they're not supposed to doesn't work. Well, you see, that's where casting comes in. You can't really do much. You can only, like I say, you can drag a cattle or whatever it is to the ocean, to the river, but you can't force him to drink it. You have to do your due diligence and cast right. If you cast right, then you shouldn't have a problem where you are struggling to get the best performance out of your actor. The actor has read the script. It's his job to actually interpret what is on the script. Now, if he's struggling with that, yes, the director can come in and say, okay, we need you to relax. If we need to get you to probably be in tears, then you probably try and remind them of a certain time in their life where things were not so great, or you lost someone. That's the feeling, or that's the emotion you want from that person. I am quite happy with you telling me that I need you to be a bit more. I've read the script, so I know exactly what's in the script. I don't need you to tell me a breakdown of my history of what happened to my family or this thing. Just tell me what you want. It's if the sorrow is not strong enough, or I'm not in grief enough, then tell me you want a bit more. But then again, I might be giving you that because I feel that's the level of grief he needs. You don't want to make him over grief, because that's an overkill. You overkill something, then people disconnect from you. You have to get the casting right. If you get the casting right, that's why I say it's always good to get experienced actors who can act. For me, if I don't want to make it too much, because less is more. You do too much, then it's an overkill. How does a director get the best out of an actor? By telling them what you want, and by discussing as well. Before, I tend to find that a lot of directors don't discuss the script before. Very few of them actually discuss the script before you go on set. You just go, okay, yeah, you're acting here, yeah, act. Okay, let's go. This scene, action. You haven't discussed anything. How you're going to carry the character, you don't know. And that's where consistency comes in.